Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you guys having a fabulous day here today. As you all know, DSH, yeah, I try my best to cover it as much as I can. There's nothing to cover. I can literally cover, hey, guess what? Nothing happened. So I can't do that, but today, if you don't already know, I had a little bit of an update that I wanted to give you on the KLAB game, alright? I've seen not a soul talk about this, so I don't know if this information was given out or anybody researched about it. So today, I thought I'd share it with you, show it to you, a quick little update that happened. It's two things that I wanted to share, so this might take a little bit. Let me jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's talk about it. So first thing, I brought this entire thing to you, so if you don't already know, KLAB has acquired the worldwide distribution rights. What does that mean? Hey, what does that mean? Basically, they have the right to make a My Hero Academia game. That's it. They can distribute it also worldwide. It's not like, oh, we're going to have to like lock this game to China. We're going to lock this game to Japan, Korea. It's not region locked. It is open to the world. It's going to be distributed globally, which is what you want. Games recently have been kind of opening the global barrier to where they release globally. Some games haven't though. Some games are still in that area where they will remain region locked. Fighting Path, please come globally, please. But other than that, that's what it is. So again, they acquire the rights for a new online game based on My Hero Academia, the TV anime series. Basically, we knew about this. This is old information. Yes. Now, the one thing that I wanted to mention, the original article that I shared with you and that most people shared with you and you kind of read or heard about is the fact that they're making multiple games. But apparently, that was BS, bullcrap, whatever you want to say. I can't curse here, but that's what that was. It wasn't accurate because they only plan on making one game. They just have the rights to make more games if they wanted to, but right now they're focusing on the one, okay? The entire purpose of us getting scared that this is going to be a cash grab garbage type thing is if you're making multiple games for one IP that fast, it's going to be garbage. That's all it is. It's wrong. It was wrong information. It was given, like the articles that were saying it as if, yes, they can make more games, but they said it in the wrong way, to where they're only making one game right now. They're not making multiple, and you can read through this and kind of understand it. They said announce the, company here, I'm not going to reveal that, but announced the acquisition of worldwide distribution rights for the new online game, for a new online game based on the My Hero Academia TV animation series, with permission from My Hero Academia Production Committee, damn it. We have this. KLAB will utilize its experience in IP-based game development and operation know-how both in Japan and overseas to develop and distribute this new game for fans of the series and players all over the world to enjoy. Progress and future development will be announced when available. So again, they're saying so far this new game being, singular, not plural, where it's multiple games, that was the wrong information that was being given out. So again, KLAB has that thing. Now, that is one of the things that I wanted to clear up and make sure that it's known. Not only that, so they also released an article a little bit ago, and this is pretty old, but they acquired the rights to JoJos, okay? Another thing where they're going to make an anime game based on JoJo. We're going to see how that turns out. When we see how JoJo handles it, and if they look like a turn-based game, if they look like a Fighting Path game, if they look like a card game, however it looks, this will determine what My Hero will look like. So let's say we get the animation, we get the trailer and all of that. Then we know if the MHA game is going to be a flop or a big game. That'll depend on this because it's around the similar area. It's KLAB developing it. They could also change up the style for MHA, given it's a not much bigger, but I don't know. They could do anything, but let's just say that, okay? But they released this article on January 20th, 2022, so a while ago, about, yes, we're planning a JoJo's thing. They say this, though, and this is why I'm saying that this might be how they handle the other one, but it clearly says, to make sure I backtrack also, it clearly says that KLAB will utilize the experience in IP-based game development and operation know-how to develop and distribute. So it's saying KLAB is developing it. This article said otherwise. So how they're planning and handling games in the future is what they're trying to say here, and this is their business model moving forward. I don't know if this includes MHA because it's such a gap between which released like the articles, so it could be, it could not. But they say KLAB aims to generate revenue opportunities by promoting the overseas game development support model. This model is defined by obtaining licenses for games from Japanese IP holders who are aiming to generate overseas revenue by developing games jointly with overseas developers. So basically, I'll explain it in a second. I'll read this, then I'll explain it. All right. KLAB strives to expand its business, leveraging its current knowledge of relationships with IP holders and overseas developers. Through the implementation of this business strategy, KLAB will continue to promote and develop IP-based games for international audiences. So basically their plan here and what they're going to do with games moving forward is KLAB is basically going to like open up this thing they're going to first get the licenses themselves. They're going to have the licenses so they can operate these games. They're then going to go to dev studios, okay, and have the game developed properly. They're going to have it developed by overseas developers, as you can see here. Basically, the publisher license, or rather, start from the beginning, cooperating in supervision, promotion, etc. That's going to be KLAB, right? The publisher, the license is with KLAB. Project supervision, etc. and management is KLAB. But again, the game development global expansion, development operation entity. So it's going to be developed from whichever studio they decide. They're going to decide it, and then they're going to handle the project management, supervision, and all that stuff on the side to make sure the game smoothly operates and doesn't fail. So they're gonna have the work done in different areas. So each game might have a different studio, basically. One might be developed by a Chinese studio that like specializes in fighting path style games. Because if you look at it, a lot of the Chinese gacha games have the similar aspect of TSH, fighting path, right? And those are very, very popular. Now, let's say that they go and expand off of that by having that dev studio created, but they're gonna manage the project, supervise it, and make sure that everything efficiently operates to where they can change if needed. If they need to operate anything, they're gonna do that. So that is one thing. Now, let's say it's a similar to a Japanese gacha game. Like if you want to go and use an example, like they're gonna make their entire purpose is like a turn-based gacha game for JoJos, right? They want to go and do that. They'll go to a different studio that operates in that mentality that can follow through with that idea and make that thing into a reality, right? So that's their entire plan, it looks like. And again, they're going to announce more things as time progresses. They were talking about a lot of stuff for JoJos. They did provide a lot more information. They also provided information on this thing, which it's another company that I don't know if this is the one developing the game per se, or it's just they were talking about it and it gives all like the things that they are publishing or working on, which this is a good studio. So they could make some good stuff with this JoJo's game. We don't have like a studio information or anything beyond for My Hero. It just released. This entire article just released. So just realize that this dropped in November. That's it. So it's only been like 2 months now. And we will see in 2023 most likely some more information on this My Hero Academia game and see how it actually does handle and pan out to be. But there is potential. If KLAB is running it, KLAB has some good games. And if I were to click news over here and show it to you, they have all these things also that they operate on, which recently they've announced a shutdown for one game. I think that game just sucked in general. I don't know anything about it, so I don't want to like hate a game that might be good. But there was a game that I heard like a lot of bad things about, and they just kept dropping the ball with the game. But that's separate. So I understand that one. I'm gonna let that one slide. But they have Bleach Brave Souls, one of the biggest games that's currently out, and that's literally lived for 7 years. Compared to TSH, 7 years is a long time, all right? Imagine 7 more years of reruns. Oh, hell no, right? So I think that there is potential with it. We'll see how it goes as time moves on. You'll kind of know. So many games are just in the pipeline that there's no point to talk about anything beyond that. Like Black Clover is about to release. It is. It's almost at that point. Origin is around the corner too. Solo Leveling is around the corner too. So that's why I wanted to talk about this today. Get out of the way. And later on, if we do get information, I'll cover it. But we'll see when that is. Overall, though, that's what my 10 cents were. I wanted to share it with you because I didn't see anybody talk about this. But again, those articles that were saying there's multiple games in the works, no, they acquired it to make multiple games if they wanted to, but they currently are only focusing on one. So that was just purely wrong info that the articles were giving. Second, there's also a plan to do this entire like procedure with the game. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if they can handle it properly and development will go smoothly. We'll find out, but that's really it. So I'll catch you in the next one. Have a stay safe. That's been it for me. Peace out and enjoy. And yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick.